as promised, here is my super simple bath salt, bath soak recipe. Anybody can do this. The products are super easy to find, and you're going to use minimal oils, okay? Because remember, our Young Living oils are super potent, and you don't need to waste your product. So when I'm making my bath soaks, I usually make enough for 2, okay? And no matter what blend I'm using, and I'm going to talk about 3 of the blends that I use, I only use 10 drops total. Again, you don't need more than that. These things are great for you, and it's less is more, okay? So the first one I'm going to talk about is for muscle aches and pains. I do this one a lot in the morning, okay? It's really simple. I do 5 drops of Panaway, 5 drops of copaiba. The Panaway is going to help you with your muscle aches and pains. I wake up with old lady aches and pains, okay? And the copaiba is going to also help with pain relief, and it also helps with anxiety, okay? So that one's great. And they say that it helps amplify some of the Panaway effects. So what I do, and I'm going to demonstrate this one, but not the others, really simple, okay? We've got baking soda and we've got Epsom salt. Baking soda, you can get anywhere, any grocery store. Epsom salt, same thing. I get my Epsom salts at the dollar store. You want to make sure you get the all natural. You don't want their fragrance ones. That stuff is garbage. You don't need it. Just get the super simple Epsom salt bag, and this is going to be enough for, you know, a few baths. Okay, so I already have these measured out. What I do is I pour in the Epsom salts first, okay? And then I grab my oils and I drop 5. So this again, I'm doing 5 Panaway, 5 copaiba, 5. So I dropped my 5 drops of both. When I first started doing this, you guys, I was like, oh my God, this can't be enough, because I was one of those slather everything on kind of people. But you don't need to. I'm telling you, you don't. Okay, so we got our Epsom salts, we got our oils, and now I come in with a cup of baking soda. Look, I run fast and loose, okay? So we're not talking like super science here. You could add a little bit more of either in if you wanted, or not. Then I put on the top. Now remember, we put our oils in sandwiched between the powders, between the solids. The reason we did that is we don't want to waste any of our product, right? We want it coated before we start shaking. And there we go. Okay, this is going to be enough for 2 baths. I'm going to pop it open and give it a whiff. Yes. Okay, you guys can't smell it. You can see how beautiful it is though, but you guys can't smell it, but this smells delicious. Panaway smells like root beer. What is better than that? My kids love it too. Okay, so again, that's my aches and pains. I'm not going to demonstrate the other ones, but I am going to show you a little bit of the product. So for monthly cycles, so I used to get really bad cramps. Terrible, awful, okay? I don't know if if I had like crazy mood swings. We'll let my husband weigh in on that. But I definitely had terrible cramps. So I like to, again, as a bath person, I like to not only diffuse clary sage, but I love to add it to baths coming up to my lady moon time and during, okay? So clary sage has kind of like an earthy scent, which, you know, I don't super love. So I like to throw in something that's a little bit sweeter, more fragrant. So Joy is one of the Young Living blends, and just like its name, Joy is gonna bring you happiness. It's a very sweet, very florally. So I don't actually like even to diffuse this one on its own. I like to throw in something that will balance it. Clary sage balances it perfect. And on this one, I usually do 6 drops of clary sage, 4 drops of Joy, because again, that is very floral. If I'm going to do this one in the morning, I'm actually going to have kind of a perfumey scent afterwards. So again, same thing. Now you could either do the 1 cup baking soda, 1 cup Epsom salts with this. A lot of time I'll do that. I do like to add a few other things too, especially with my monthly. This is one that I like to throw in pink Himalayan salt when I have it. So that one, if I was going to do that or add natural sea salt in, I would half the baking soda, okay? So I'm still gonna use my cup of Epsom salts, but then I'm gonna do half a cup of baking soda, half a cup of sea salt, or half a cup of pink Himalayan with that, okay? But you could do any of these. It's really, remember, you're getting the benefit for you from these products, okay? You're not adding a lot in, but you want to be aware of what it's doing. And this one is great because clary sage is really going to balance those hormones. It's going to help out with all that monthly stuff. Okay, lastly, okay, nighttime. Okay, so a lot of times for my boys, I'll put sleepy eyes into a little soak. And sometimes I do that for me too. But I have been loving cedarwood lately, okay? Almost every night I'm diffusing cedarwood with white angelica these days, okay? For calming, it aids in fighting the anxieties that come along with my ADD. At least it helps me with that. And I love the scent actually. Now, I'm not a huge lavender warrior, but lavender is timeless for calming and balance, okay? And together, I love these scents. I also like to throw a little lemongrass in this one sometimes. So when I do this in a bath, I will usually do 4 drops of cedarwood, 6 drops of lavender, okay? And again, same thing. That one, a lot of times at the end of the day, I like to do the detox, which I see more Epsom salts as like a detox. So I'll do the 1 cup Epsom, 1 cup baking soda. In the middle, layer my drops, and I'm good to go. And again, those are all gonna last you a couple of baths, okay? So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you learned something. Bye!